Morning guys, it's Grant from Grant Ford Fitness and Jets Caloundra, and I'm here this morning with a video in response to a question I got on my Facebook page from my sister-in-law, Julia Brown. Now, Julia's recently had a little baby boy. She had a C-section and she's just starting to get back into training at the gym. And she wanted to know what the best exercises were for her core. Now, first of all, when you've had a C-section, or when you've had a child without a C-section, it's really important that you break back into fitness slowly. Yeah, you've got to take things easily, you've got to listen to your body, make sure you've got your doctor's clearance before you start training, and then don't expect too much too fast. Yeah, it's a gradual process. Also, don't just focus on the core. It's important to strengthen your core, but you've also got to work on all the other muscles around it as well. Obviously, when you've had a baby, your body changes, your abs, as your stomach expands, your abs get separated and elongated, your lower back tends to take a lot of the work, your hip flexors tend to get quite tight, and your glutes tend to weaken. So you've got to take all those things into account when you're programming your recovery exercises. Now what I'm going to do basically, or give you the advice to do strength training twice a week and do two 20-30 minute cardio sessions. And by cardio I don't mean going out and killing yourself, but 20 minutes of brisk walking, gentle cycling, swimming, whatever your cardio is going to be. Do that 2 days a week and do 2 days strength training. What I'll do is I'll go out into the gym, I'll go through the exercises that I'd recommend on day one, the exercise I'd recommend on day two, and leave you with it. Hopefully that helps. Alright, the first exercise on day one of the strength training is a glute bridge. You can do 3 sets of 15 repetitions. Lie on your back. Imagine you have a bowl of water on your pelvis, and you're going to, whilst you're still on your back, you're going to tip that bowl towards your face. Once you've tipped the water towards yourself, you've engaged your pelvis, you're going to bridge up, squeezing your glutes, getting up as high as you can. By tilting your pelvis, what you're doing is ensuring that your back remains neutral and you're turning on your glutes and you're not going to overextend your lower back. As I said, 3 sets of 15 repetitions. Second exercise on day one is a standard bodyweight squat. So all you're going to do, stand up nice and tall, keep your core tight, push your hips backwards and sit down in a squat. Make sure you keep your chest up, you don't round through the back, and you keep your tummy tight throughout all. You're going to do 3 sets of 10 squats. The third exercise on day one is a side plank. So you're going to lie down on your side, put your elbow under your shoulder and just raise your hips off the floor. If you have trouble maintaining the side plank, put your top arm down on the floor to support yourself. Once you've done a 10-second hold on one side, you're going to switch, do exactly the same on the other side. Again, keeping your hips up high. If you're struggling, find this difficult, put the top hand down on the floor to support yourself. Now it's important when you're in the side plank that your body stays in a straight line. What you don't want to happen is for your hips to fall backwards and to lose the core tightness. So make sure you squeeze your glutes, squeeze your bum, push your hips forward, keep yourself in a nice straight line with your hips up as high as you can. For the next exercise, plank to downward dog, get yourself in a good plank position where you have a nice neutral spine, glutes are squeezed, heels are pushing downwards and the back of your knees are up, and then push yourself into a downward dog position. So you're pushing your hips upwards, heels down, and your head between your shoulders. You're going to do 5 repetitions and do 3 sets of this. The final exercise on the first day is a wall sit. So get yourself into a squat position with your back flat against the wall. Try and keep your hips, your shoulders and the back of your head against the wall. If you have difficulty holding it at the 90-degree angle, you can raise yourself up slightly, but try to get yourself down where you're at a 90-degree angle and hold it for 20 seconds, do 3 sets. So we're now on to day 2 strength training. The first exercise you're going to start with is a single leg deadlift. You stand on one leg, you're going to bend mostly from the hip, keeping your back nice and flat, and reach your opposite hand down to the floor. So if you're standing on your left leg, right hand is coming down to the floor. Okay, try and keep your right foot as close to your left foot as you can. If you do find that you're struggling for balance, then put the right leg out behind you as you go through the deadlift. Again, don't rush it, work as you feel comfortable, and you want to do 3 sets of 10 deadlifts on each leg. So see here, just for balance, if you need to, stick that leg out behind you. So next exercise on day 2, exactly the same as you did on day 1. You can do 3 sets of 15 glute bridges. Remembering again, tuck the pelvis up, so imagine you've got that bowl, tipping it towards your face, and then bridge up as high as you can. The third exercise on day 2 is supine windscreen wipers. So you're going to lie on your back with your arms out either side of you, bend at the hips and at the knees so your legs are at a 90-degree angle, and then all you can do is take your knees over towards the ground on one side. Just before you get to the ground, lift them back up to the middle and rotate to the other side. Again, work within the range of motion that you feel comfortable with. If you can't get all the way down to the floor, go to 45 degrees. Go to wherever you can manage to and do 3 sets of 20. Next exercise on day 2, we're back to the squat. Again, keep your core tight, chest upright, sit backwards into the squat, so hips down and back, and make sure your knees are not coming together at any point in the squat. So try and push the floor apart with your feet and your knees. Again, we're going to do 3 sets of 10 squats. Last exercise is an incline push-up. So again, make sure your core is tight, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your tummy muscles, and then push up against a bench or a barbell, something where you're at an angle. If you're not strong enough to do it at a 45-degree angle, go against the wall. But again, find something you can push against and do 3 sets of 10 incline push-ups. So guys, that's the 2-day strength program for the first 4 weeks of your recovery, or the first 4 weeks of your return to training after a C-section. Again, as you get better at the exercise, you feel you get stronger, you can increase the length of time you're holding any of the static holds, so the side planks, the wall sits. If by the end of the 4 weeks you feel like you can increase the number of squats you're doing, or the number of single leg deadlifts you're doing, then you can, but just take it easy, listen to your body. After 4 weeks, you're probably ready to progress to where you're going to add some weight into the routine. Lower weights or relatively low weights, but increasing the volume or the amount of work you're going to do. Julia, I hope that helps, and I will see you guys next time.